yes, welcome back. Welcome to another Hotone podcast. Here we are. Yeah, come on. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. All right. Again, we survived another week. I'm Ari, your humble host here at the Hotone podcast. We have on YouTube, Leonardo Dante says, hi everybody, because we're crossing between YouTube and Facebook. I have such a mess here. Okay, it's a little jam because I can, just because of that. Let me say hello to all my friends on Facebook. We have all the regulars, the family, and some newcomers too. Oh yes. Okay. Very quick, Ivan, Hiroshi, Fabian, Tobiah, Angel, Richard. More angels there. We have a lot of angels. Jaime, Albert, Mike, Otto, Michael, Sean, Harold, Fide, Damien, Diego Ignacio Falcone. That's like capiche, huh? Capiche. Jeff Hopkins. Let me read a little more. Eric Mayer. Oh my god. Oh my god. So many friends today. Okay, so thank you guys. Thank you for the comments. It was just a very dirty and quick jam. With the first backing track that I found in the folder. So I'm from all over the world: Australia, Argentina, Chile. Come on, awesome. Big with it. He says that the thumbnail for the live today was a guy. I think we can all relate to that picture. A guy buried in cables, right? Pretty much our life story. New Jersey, Austin, Texas. Well, amazing. Guys, welcome back. Here we are. We have a very important. I need to. This is killing me. I need to make a confession regarding the pod today. And I was still good. So remember, if something goes wrong with the stream, you can go to YouTube, and if there is two, you can wait, and we will get back somehow. I said I need to make a confession because when I started preparing this pod today we're going to talk about all the possibilities on how to connect your Ampero 2 to whatever else. And the truth is, why we choose Ampero 2 first? Well, because it's the unit that has the most options to connectivity wise, right? Having the effects loop, etc., it gives a wider range of options. It's not because it's Ampero is not good, it's just you have more options with Ampero 2, so therefore we wanted to cover as much as possible. The truth is that when I started preparing this, I wanted to do like for every type of connection to show it and to play something, and that was a wishful thinking. I was completely insane. I mean, the amount of mess, because shooting a YouTube video where you can do it through the span of several days and edit and reshoot some part that is not good and touch the levels of the audio, etc., is fairly easy. I mean, any one of you, or me, can do that. The problem is to make it live. Live is a mess. I did a couple of tests, and really, I mean, just the sheer amount of options to connect Ampero, it makes it impossible to show it live. But we're going to talk about all the options. We're not going to show an example of each because it's going to be a royal mess, and it will take at least 3 hours, honestly. So I have my hopes were too high for this But they're very interesting things. We're going to talk about the 4-cable method that everybody talks all the time, and we're going to talk about all of those good things, especially the use of the effects loop, because I noticed that kind of everybody knows what the effects loop is, but not everybody use it or use it properly, or know what's the extent till you can use that on your regular usage of Ampero 2, if you know what I mean, right? So let me read some of your comments, guys. I almost didn't want Ari to stop playing. Thank you, Mike, you're very, very kind. Johan Carmona says, hi Ari. Hi. David Newman. Connecting Ampero 2 to your mother-in-law. Who's saying this? Angel. I'm not going to ask you on which port of your mother-in-law you're going to connect Ampero 2, just in case. Need to driver presentation. Okay, well, we have a lot going on. Of course, we're going to have a giveaway, etc., etc., etc. By the way, there is an Ampero 2 update coming. I tell you, I've been told that an Ampero 2 update is coming. That's supposedly one of the things. Not supposedly. One of the things that is going to improve is the latency. If there is any, it's going to improve that still. So. Good. Okay, let's start talking a little bit about because first I'm a mess today because I have so many things I want to show you guys that this is going to be. I think we all know who. Wait a sec, because this is going to be funny. Do you know Isadora, right? Isadora it's a girl, it's a woman, a girl from Brazil that it's probably the person who have won the most products ever in the giveaway. I don't know how many, at least well over 4. I don't know exactly because we're not counting, because it doesn't matter. If you win, you keep winning. It's just like that. We don't have a limit. But Isadora, her latest acquisition was the Mojo Attack, the floor amplifier. Yeah, unbelievable. And she sent me this picture, so I'm going to share with you all. She's beautiful, she's great, and has such a good energy. But I want to share with all of you, this is Isadora, guys, in case you don't know her. This is how luck looks like that. If you go to the dictionary and you search for luck, there's a picture of Isadora holding a Hotone product. There you go. Isadora from Brazil. Lovely. Thank you, Isadora, for sending a picture. It was very kind of you, and we're just teasing, right? I mean, you're just extremely lucky, and you deserve every single knob, transistor, and switch on everything. So, Brazil importer. Yeah. She's thinking of opening a Hotone branch there in Brazil. So, coming back to but it's important that we put faces to this family. We've been showing most of you, or at least a few bunch. We want to hear her jam. Isadora, people is talking to you, so I hope you show up and say something if you're there, if you're in the house. Unless you just show up for the giveaway to climb on everything. Thank you, Angel. This is a freaking love you, Ari. Give me the bunny. Okay. The pod today is about Ampero 2, so we will have Ampero 2 on the giveaway. Maybe. Hello, winter holiday is here. My daughters don't want to sleep. Welcome. Welcome to my world. take it, man. Enjoy it. Actually, it's not going to last much, so enjoy it. No, we're giving away 4 cables, yeah, for the 4 cable method, yeah. Good luck on the draw. Awesome. Isadora rules. How many things has she won? I don't really know. She plays guitar too. She's a very beautiful woman, of course, and most importantly, a member of this beautiful family. On YouTube, we have Guitar Tom 1999 says, hi Guitar Tom. And Leonardo Dante says, there is not enough megapixels to show her, and all prices that she won already. That's true. There's no resolution that will hold Isadora plus all her prices. Anyway, it's time to at least, outline the topic for today. What I'm going to tell you guys are the possibilities, because if you are half like me, you probably won't read manuals, like technical manuals or user manuals. What we do, we get the box, whatever we bought, we're super hyped, we're super, hot, open the box, grab the manual, oh, so cool, and boom, start connecting and start feeling around, because that's what we do. That's our superpower, just to figure out stuff. But manuals sometimes have some important information that it's not that you will need it, but it's good to know it. And one of the information, the pieces of the data that comes inside the Ampero 2 manual that is the most interesting to check is possible scenarios of connection. And I'm sure most of you know what I'm talking about, but because you just have a glimpse at it and whatever. But we're going to go a little more in detail about that. There's a manual. Yeah, that's a problem. I know. I feel you because I'm the first one to say I very rarely. Rarely is very rarely. Okay. I rarely read user manuals. I didn't have my coffee today. I'm just about to have it. See, it's still full, so that's why I'm still a little slow. Sorry, guys. Anyway, we're going to use some graphics to show some of the stuff that I want to tell you to make it more graphical. Otherwise, because I want to show you like in real time, like I have the thing here and I'm connecting. What's the point? Because also the quality of the audio in streaming is so. It wouldn't make any sense. So, okay, let's get rolling. There you go. Okay, so most of you are familiar with this type of connection, that this is the one that you will do probably as soon as you get it out of the box. That is to connect your guitar. Here, the green arrows represent the inputs, and the red ones the outputs. And this, the one on the side here that is green, but it's the effects loop, in case you don't know. Okay, let me see. There's some love going on here. Hi everybody. Leonard Stark, are you cousin of Tony Stark? If you are, let me know. I'm late, but here is Greg Riddle. It's never late, Greg. You're always welcome. Ampero to update lovers. Lowers your mother-in-law's voice by 2 dB. That would be sweet. But I would argue that Ampero just sounds good out of the box. I would argue that either. It's true. Sounds like you could be a special purpose video for YouTube for the YouTube channel. All right, that's true. You know how many videos I have in the bucket list to make? Man, it keeps growing and growing and growing. So this is the typical connection. That means that you're connecting your instrument. In this case, they show like basses and acoustic guitars and keyboards or whatever to the input. Then you have, of course, the control part, the expression pedal, or the Ampero switch, or the Ampero control that will give you an extension of options to dance over, right? And then that goes straight, in this case, in stereo, but you could go mono, of course, to an amp, straight, boom, and using the effects loop to connect some other pedals. I want to focus on the effects loop today because that's a part that some get kind of blurry or tangled. Why exactly is and how it works? Because effects loop have been probably since the 80s or late 70s, let's say. It's been around in mostly amps, right? The need to be able to jump the preamp section of an amp. Okay, let's go earlier. An amp basically has two parts, or two stages, let's say. The preamp, you hear that many times, and the power amp, right? The preamp is what gives you the tone, is where the distortion is, etc., and the EQ and some whatever other stuff you will shape your tone. And the power amp is what gives the power to move the speaker, so you can hear something, right? So there's two stages, and the effects loop usually sits right in between them. So for example, if you put a reverb pedal in front of your amp, and then your amp is in distorted channel, for example, you are going to distort your reverb. Maybe that's what you want, that's okay. But if you want to add reverb to your distortion, you should put that reverb after the distortion. How you achieve that? Using the effects loop, because it comes to your guitar, it goes inside the amp, the signal gets distorted by the preamp, it goes to the loop, it adds reverb, it goes to the power amp and gets kicked out by the power amp through your speaker. That's how it works. So I hope that was clear enough. It's the clearest way I can explain it. It says star guitarist. Nice. So this is live hookup. It could be live or could be studio, because actually there's no limitation for what we're talking for live or studio recording or whatever. Of course, in recording options, you still have more options like the USB. Remember, Ampero 2 has 8 in and 8 outs. But I don't want to go too much for the branches because actually this topic is huge. It will take at least a good 2 or 3 podcasts to cover it in a comprehensive way, right? So this is the most typical, the one that we're watching now is the most typical way of connecting your Ampero. Actually, any multi-effects. Guitar, input, output to the amp, and that's it. And if you are lucky enough to have a high-end modeler like Ampero 2, you will have effects loops. Some others don't have. So it's a substitute DI for speakers. Well, the DI, it depends which DI. Because today we have so many things, and pure DIs, today you have DIs that have other functions, not only DI, right? So it depends, I don't want to say yes or no, like, irresponsibly. The DI box instead of amps. Well, yeah, of course, yeah. You can. Well, if you're recording, no, you will go straight into the audio interface. Let's say in this graphic, replace the amps for the inputs of your audio interface. If you are playing live, you will go straight to the mixer, not DI. Yeah, it replaces the DI. If you're going to play live Ampero, you don't need any DI box. Unless you're running a cable like, I don't know, 200 meters long, which it would be stupid, right? Nobody will do that. So, yeah, it will replace your DI boxes. Yeah, that's true. Okay, next up. This is a second version of the same thing. In this case, we have the same inputs, right? But we are going into power units and cabinets. This is not an amplifier. What we're going out is to a power unit like a loudstar that many of you, actually this setup is pretty similar to the one, I think William Satz has this setup. A stereo, 2 loudstars, or guys, let me know who, I know one of you has this setup for sure, but I don't know exactly who. Richard Nagamitsu says, hi Ari, hi Richard on YouTube. Are you there? Nice. Are stereo cables required, or it's okay if they separate? Are you suggesting bypassing the amps, the amp preamps? No, not yet. Not yet. I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just saying the possibilities, Richard. No, there is no need for stereo cables. You can totally use mono cables for what we're talking here. So let me get back on track. So the thing here, it's just replacing the amp for a separate power amp. So your Ampero is going to be your preamp. You're going to use the amps of Ampero, but probably switching off your cab simulation. Why? Because you have real cabs waiting for you outside. So you have the preamp sound already inside Ampero, and then you go into power units or power unit, let's say 1 or 2, depending if you go in mono or stereo, and then you go to a real cab, and that cab can just, you know, you can play out with that, or you can mic that cab, etc. I have a Marshall power amp and 2. There you go, Mark Darrow. He has this setup, right? And 2 2x12s, which is brutal. I mean, it's brutal. Your neighbors must be very happy. I have a Whirlwind stereo DI that I keep if I want to run stereo to bore and then stereo out to power speakers, a pair of FFRs. Exactly. Effects loop, send and return are using Y cables, TS/TS, TRS. Yes, you could use TRS cables and stereo, let's call it so I reply Richard. You could use, but you can also use the regular mono cables, because depending what you're going to connect, I'm going to explain now. Yeah, of course. I mean, Mark has 2 separate amps, so he doesn't need to do any diggly wiggly to get stereo. You got stereo easy. Hey, Angel, welcome. So Richard is asking, can I run the Ampero through the board but still have a feed through a small power amp that I can feed on stage? Yes, you can, and I will show you that in a second. So these 2 that I show you first are the most typical ways of connecting the Ampero 2. Then is when it starts getting interesting here. Here, these boxes here with pedals, these are groups of pedals that different. It could be analog pedals or digital pedals or whatever else you have laying around, that they're not effects that come with Ampero 2. So for example, if you have a Tube Screamer or any other pedal laying around, there are different places where you can put it depending on what you want to achieve, because this is the important part. There's a guideline which pedal should be where, but that's not a rule written on stone, because maybe you are, the white stripes and you want something different. Your tone, you're searching for another type of tone. And depending, for example, if a distortion goes before your Ampero 2 in the effects loop, or like in this case, before the amp, the result will be completely different. And nobody can tell you that it's right or wrong. Okay. Now, if you want to have the sound of Joseph Triani, well, that's another story. Yeah, there is a way to connect things. But if you're looking for your own tone, you can put it anywhere. In this case, options are: you connect your guitar to all your pedalboard, and then that pedalboard goes into the input of Ampero, or you connect your pedals to the effects loop, like we said at the beginning, or you connect your pedals in between the output of the Ampero 2 and the input of your amp. These are the three places. You can use either one or all of them, or any of them. You understand? So there are three places where you can put other pedals. It's before the Ampero, within Ampero, that would be the effects loop, or after Ampero, if I'm clear. I'm trying to, is that a dual mono or true stereo illustration? This one, no, this is a stereo setup. Yeah, definitely a stereo setup. For live situations, we use our Marshall 800, I guess, FX loop, return input, the bypass the preamp. I'm going to skip some comments that are too long, guys, so I can keep going. I'm seriously too low to move my Ampero to live application. Jaime, that's a question that I have myself, and at the end I didn't do it, but yes, it's a very tempting thing. This is my way to record. Effectively, both. This sounds like it would be perfect pair with my Hotone Luster. Yes, it definitely. So, Leonardo Dantes, what's in Richard? He says on YouTube. He says, what makes the Ampero stand out from? I'm dying. Excuse me. What makes the Ampero stand out from other similar products? Oh my God, what a question. What makes Ampero stand out from other similar products? Value. To be completely honest, Ampero is not the best sounding. It's not the best sounding sim out there. It's one of the best sounding sim out there. One of them. Therefore, saying that it's the best sounding, it would be a complete nonsense. It's one of the best sounding. To me, for the price, is the best sounding in that price range. Now, what's the best feature? I think is the value. Is the amount of stuff that comes in the box for what you pay. That to me is mostly what guides the type of gear that I bought. Always. It's within the quality range, right? Okay, I have this and this product. Same money. Which one has more features? Basically. And they're both good quality, right? So that's called value. That's what I usually take. To me, that's the best feature, because the question was, what makes the Ampero stand out from other similar products? I think that is the amount of features that you get. And of course, you get an incredible, awesome community. Look at this, man. Show me if any other brand has this. No. They have forums, yeah, whatever. But you get the point. Anyway, Leonardo Dantes says, on Ampero MP100, you can do that, Richard. Disable the cap simulation on one channel to use with a floor amp and run the other channel to the table. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Leonardo Dantes is correct. You can also use effects loop. Has two ports: send and return. Send is the output, and return is the input, right? You can use also the effects loop to feed a monitor, a power monitor, right? So it's like a second output there, waiting for you. Okay, he says, Richard, I'm sold. I will tell my wife it's the best value. No. The last thing I want to do is to sell you here. It's not things to sell. So, guys, coming back to the graphic. This then is the options where you can put your other pedals. Because if you're like me, even if you buy it, it doesn't matter which, as long as it has effects loop, this is valid. It doesn't matter which modeler. If you're like me, you will have a bunch of pedals that you have from before, so you may be tempted to use them also because you like that delay or that distortion. For example, I love the Marshall Guvner. It's a distortion pedal, right? I love it. And yeah, we have an emulation of the Marshall Guvner inside Ampero. But why I'm going to use emulation if I have the real thing, right? For example. So I may want to put that in one of these positions according to my needs of the moment. Versatility. You're right. This is where people trade pedals in so frequently. Tone is like cooking, multiple ingredients added at certain times, but essentially that's where we Ampero 2 comes in. Impressive, Mark. Ampero 2 comes with Celestion high quality IRs. That's true. That's true. Having the Celestion IRs, I think, is a big plus. It's a big plus. They sound great, man. They sound great. I have like 5 terabytes of another IR, third party, whatever, touched by a Greek god, you know, that was created in a lab with, you know, where in vitro. Yeah, we all have that. That's okay, but the Celestion IRs are like ready to go. It's like a good, you know, like a good hamburger. It will taste great and it's easy to do and it's already there. You don't need to start feeding around with folders and anything. I like it. That's true. He says, I don't want to start any rumors. Any chance of a Hotone FR? That's a question. I've seen the plans for that. I will tell you the truth. I've seen the plans for a Hotone FR. Don't ask me when, because it's right now it's a mess, the industry. But yes, it's true. Thank you, Harold. You're very kind. That would be amazing. Okay, yes, it's going to be amazing because hopefully it's going to be. So, next, moving to the next option, and this is one of the things that I want. This is more like a recording setup. It could be live too because you can be recording live. Here he's talking about the precisely who was, I think it was Leonardo Dantas. You are dividing left and right of your outputs, your main outputs, to have one signal that you can make it dry if you want to your DAW, audio interface, or whatever else, and one wet signal to your live situation. It could be a mixer, right? So here you have very clearly, here you have the mixer. I don't know if you can see a mouse, guys, the pointer, but here you have the mixer. So here for example, the right channel is going to the mixer and the left channel is going to your DAW. So you can have a dry and a wet signal when you're playing, and then you can reamp that, for example, if you're into that, etc. So, of course, you can monitor everything with your headphones. And by the way, you can use this monitor output to power some other amp also. So, the options are insane, and I'm not stretching the reality. They are insane. Let me see, what else do we have? Ampero 2, one of the only pedals that can with Celestion IRs. That says a lot about Ampero 2. We love it. I think so. I think there are not too many modelers with Celestion built in. I haven't seen in that price range I'm talking about, but right now, if you know of some other, let us know. So maybe we can try it. I am to the Puerto Rico. Good Angel. I want to go to Puerto Rico. I want to go everywhere. Okay, one more. Let's move one more. And this one, okay, this one is more like a studio setup, right? Where you are connecting your DAW. Here, you see, is red because it's an output. You have 8 outputs. So you can assign 8 tracks in your DAW. by USB-C, and you can monitor in 3 different ways. You can monitor for your main outputs here. You can see I'm using the pointer of the mouse to show you. You can monitor through the, like I said before, the effects loop, the send, all right? And you can also monitor yourself with the headphones. So you have all this. Of course, you need to know what you're doing and you need to experiment, etc., etc. But these are basically this is a very useful way to know that you will never run out of options to how to monitor yourself or to record something or to get a dry signal. With Ampero 2 it's virtually impossible that you are going to I wanted to do this and I can't, because it's already covered. And with a little ingenuity you can do way more than what was intended for, actually. That is Ampero World's recording setup. This is Angel. Nice. So guys, wait a second, because we're right coming back to this topic, and we're not going to leave it there, because this is just it's not the tip of the iceberg, it's the tip of the tip. No latency is no noticeable latency, Richard. I cannot hear it, and nobody can really, because we're talking about a very few milliseconds. By the way, I just said that there is an update coming that includes even improvement in the latency that is already on the money. But yeah, you can do like a test lab to find how many milliseconds of latency it has. Of course, every piece of gear has some latency, because we're talking about this it needs to convert from analog to digital, and that will take even 1 millisecond in the best ideal scenario, still latency. But the problem is if you can hear it or not, right? That's the point. Richard is also, if you use a keyboard organ patch, Ampero could give me a Leslie. There's some effects similar to that. So on headphones, you can get wet in one ear and dry on the other, or it's blended? That's a good question. No. Who's going to use that, Richard? Like to have the dry and the wet? They're going to take you to the doctor, man. Straight. No, I don't think so. No, headphones will have one signal. Right? I don't know. Guys, let me know. Anyone thinks that it would be useful to have wet and dry at the same time? I don't know. You let me know. I don't think I will ever use that, or anyone. I mean, yeah, as a novelty. Oh, I have 2 signals, but well, actually you can have, because if you set a stereo patch and one of the channels, the right channel for example, you set it to be dry, yeah, you will have that combined. Yes, Richard, you can. Now, you may don't want to have that. I don't know if I'm clear. What headphones do you recommend for a very experienced with Ampero? In-ear. This, I think, is the closest. If I have to choose, I prefer studio monitors. If making noise is not an issue. Now, if I need to use headphones, I will go for in-ears. I love this style also, like the typical studio headphones, right? Those are great too. But if it's too hot, you sweat like a false witness. So I prefer the in-ear monitors. Are this in particular that I'm using, that we already talked, and I don't want to make an advertisement of them, but you know which ones are, because I say a couple of times. These are pretty nice, and I get exactly the same result. That's the advantage of this kind of, whatever I hear when I'm playing is exactly the same than recording, and then when I hear what I record, it's exactly the same what I hear when I was tracking, and that's what I want. it will give you a fuller sound depending on how you pan it. Yes, you can pan left and right and have wet on one side and dry on the other, but I don't know if I would do that for tracking for real, you know? This is interesting, guys. We are asking ourselves questions. We are challenging ourselves. We are undermining the very basement of our beliefs. Jeez, this is so good. But you know what? It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time to give away something, right? That's what we're here for. Let me put this. Holy moly! Oh yeah! Richard, it says, not that I wanted it, I just asking because how you describe it. Richard, you can ask anything you want, and actually, you make me think, which is not an easy thing to do, you know? You make me think. Richard, it's a very good question. Do I have any situation where I want a dry signal on one ear and a wet signal on the other? Initially I said no, but I don't know. Because that dry signal actually is not to listen to it dry, but it can be route to other pedals. And then it's not that I have a dry signal, but I have another, for example, I can route that to another pedal board and get back to my headphones with other type of tone. So I have two completely tones, the different tones, and that's not so crazy, yeah? That's not so crazy. I think it's useful. And like the guy says, yes, you can do it panning left and right. David says, it looks like we have a Hotone staff draw. Let me see if we have Fatima. We don't have any Fatima, any Hannah, any Charles. Ali is not me. Dia, Gabriel, Eric. No, I don't have any of those names around. So no, I think it's just an example, brother. Please make me think. This is about the challenging the ways we use Ampero to dance. What's this about? Exactly. I think we are very quick to discard things that we never tried or we don't need, but that doesn't mean that maybe other people will need it. So, show me the bunny. Okay, let's keep talking about it in a minute about that, guys, because now it's time for giving away something. That's what's time now. Then we will keep talking about like how do you call that, stuff, you know, like how to connect this or how to connect that. Now what I want to do is to give away something to my friends that deserve it here. They're starving for love, starving for gear, and when I'm talking to you, I'm trying to find the list. It would be so embarrassing that I don't have the list. Yes, I have the list here. By the way, let me stop 1 second. First, I'm going to paste the list here in front of all of you. Bing. Whoa! There you go. Okay, we have the list for today. 1 second, guys. I want to share something because some of you asked some questions, and I noticed that we have a lot of new friends in the challenge. The challenge is a little video that I post every week, so you can join our giveaway later, right? So this was the challenge of the previous week where I was playing this actually is a very old video, but I thought of using it because it's a cool tune. Yeah, all of you got it right. I'm talking about love. Van Halen, of course. And I have some questions. It says, and I see a lot of new friends. So guys, if you're tuning in after this goes live, or you are wondering why you are not in the wheel, it's because we use this thing to get the people on the wheel. You need to pay attention during the week. We're going to have a video like this one, where I'm going to... What's up, Hotoners? Welcome to another week. Welcome to another challenge. The challenge of the week. That's what you need to answer in order to be able to join our giveaway. There was a few questions here. I think you should, Mark Jones says, I think you should have done a 3-second version to make it a little harder. I think when you hear the two first notes, you already know what's that. It doesn't matter. Angel says, well played, Ari. Thank you. Actually, it was so, but... And read all your comments, guys. He says, that's one of my first songs one of the first songs that I learned. What a band, what a legend. Absolutely. Diego Ignacio Falcone there. Yeah, just like a little, sign of respect to such a great and influential player like Eddie. And Shane says that he used to play this in his cover band. And okay, Ernesto Lopez is asking, what's the function of those pedals you show in the video? These pedals that are here. The function, that drum that you hear, it's coming from this pedal. And every time you see my foot here, I'm hitting a crash. Can you hear? And that was a feel that was triggered by this switch here. See? And also, okay, you can trigger the ending. Well, this pedal is called Beat Body, and we're going to talk about this pedal because it's one of my personal favorite pieces of gear of all time. I have it for years already, and it's very useful for many reasons. So this pedal is a drum machine in pedal format. Let me see if we have any other comment, though. I was laughing with this one. With I'm talking about Gump. Okay, so that was pretty much it. Let's get back to the love, right? Let's do it. Tiki tiki. Yeah, no, it's okay. Everybody's, they're friends, I know them. I know that they're very nice guys. It's a very nice company, actually. Guys, tiki time. Let's go right now. Let's do Soul Press. Ampero Press H version. Ampero Press H version with the 25K pop. That is the latest addition. So we're going to do an expression pedal now. I'm reading YouTube also. YouTube is very active today. The MP100 has a switch. I should have a prize for making you think. It says, Richard, you're right. That's not an easy thing to do. It's harder than guessing the song. So you should have a prize. It's true. What living guitar player has not been influenced by EVH? That's a good question. Out of the top of my head, I mean, all the modern guitar players, most of them, if they're not influenced directly by EVH. They're influenced by someone else that was influenced by EVH. That's for sure. That's for sure. Okay. Let's do the Ampero press. I'm going to. I don't know who is our crowd today. Ah, finally. Okay. Now we're talking. Mark Darrow says Envy Mouse team was not influenced by. I don't think so. I think at the end. I don't know, we should ask the God of Thunder there. Okay, guys, let's turn off this. I'm going to give away an Ampero Press right now in
5, 4,
Ampero Press
3, 2,
in the
1.
house. Let's do it. We have no. Are you kidding me? We have no music. Oh yeah, this is like a multi-crew banning. Who's going to be the winner of the Ampero Press? What about Steve Vai? Steve always talk many good things about him, so I don't know. Who is going to be the winner of this Ampero Press? I don't know. Isadora is now. Isadora is not in the game, or no, she is. Yeah, but I'm talking about. I'm talking about Ampero Press, and it's coming. Bunny time. Who's going to be Soto, Hanel, Sola, or M Gear TJ? Oh my God! This is our friend Hotone from Of course, he's in the house. Congratulations, Otto.
Wow, congratulations.
That was easy.
Yeah, that was easy. I totally agree with you, Richard Nagamitsu. You are right. I need to admit, I'm not a huge fan of Van Halen. But even a huge fan in the sense because it would be unfair to say that I'm a fan of Van Halen compared to the guys that are real fans, you know. I do like him a lot, and I steal a lot from him, but I'm not a huge fan in the sense that a huge follower. But it's undeniable that if you need to name the top 5 guitarists ever, he needs to be there. Period. That's it. Regardless the time that we're talking about. I mean, from since the guitar was born, invented, until today, if you grab just the top 5, he will be there. And arguably could be in the top 3 too, you know. Yeah. Okay, so Otto is the man. Otto the man, yes. Yeah, absolutely, guys. EVH is from another planet, and it would be impossible to reach that level of influence anymore, because it was a time also. It was not only his musicianship and skills and everything. It was a time. It was that was a perfect time for him to be here, you know. So congratulations, Otto.
Wow, congratulations.
Yes, I like that one. Okay, Otto, let's give away another very quick. I have another Ampero Press for you guys. Are you ready? Ah, the bunny never left me. Oh, sweet bunny.
5, 4, 3.
I have another Ampero Press. Let's do it.
1.
Let's do it, baby. Ampero Press. 1 goes for Otto. The code of Ampero Press is SP30H. The H is for high. Huge. Awesome. Okay, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Yeah, well, it's hard to talk about music, right? And influences because some people will put Tom Henson in the top 5. It's okay. And it's respectable too, right? I guess. No, 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 no. This cannot be true. Fide Milano. Fide Milano is a successor of Isadora. Fide Milano, are you in the house? It's our friend, yeah, it's our friend from Brazil. Oh my god. I think it's from Brazil. Yeah. Sorry guys if I miss the country, because if we mess up the country, because we have many friends from many places and many names. He's in the house, congratulations! Fide, I'm thinking the Brazilians are very lucky for giveaways, because Isadora is Brazilian. Fide, I think he's Brazilian too, right? Fide, are you from Brazil? Hendrix, EVH, SRV, Shankar, and BB King. Fide. Second Brazil. No. I know you're in the house, Fide. It's not too. Fidel is the name, the complete name, Fidel, like Fidel Castro. Are you Cuban or Brazilian, Fidel? Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. I see. Thank you, guys. Let me take the bunny because it's getting me crazy. So, Fide Milano. Let's recap so far. We have Fide Milano and Otto, our friend, our long-standing member of this lovely family and community. Otto Hanuxala won the Ampero Press. I'm in Venezuela. Oh, sorry, Fide. So no, I said Brazilians have no, it's not Brazilians, just Isadora. Okay, Fide, congratulations. You deserve it. Congratulations, I hope you enjoy it. And so remember Fide and Otto to send hi on the Facebook page as a DM, as a direct message, as a straight message, so we can ship you. I have a very interesting conversation with Richard today on YouTube. He's really, thank you, Richard, for your YouTube action. Like Jaco on bass, Jaco Pastorius is one of my favorite bass players. I have more favorite bass players than guitar players. That's the funny part. Congratulations, guys. Chuck Berry, Les Paul, EVA, Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy Page. It's going to be hard to say, guys. We can be talking about that the whole day, because, like I told you, it depends on your age. It depends on the music that you like. Need to definitely, we are talking about guitar in general, specific genres. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it would be very, very hard. It's like choosing the top 5 football players or soccer, depending where you are, but let's say football players in the world. Is there any way that 2 people are going to agree with that? No. Or choosing the 5 best foods in the world, or most tasty foods, or the 5 best candies in the world. There are not 2 people that are going to agree to that. So, Brazil and Venezuela are neighbor countries. That's true. Yeah. So it's hard. I try not to get into these arguments of which one is better. I think acknowledging that EVH is huge is more than enough already, because he is. That's the thing. It's not he was. He still is. Every time you press play and you hear that guitar screaming through your speakers, he's alive there. And I think that's the beauty of music that can transcend our stay in this plane, right? Okay. Now let's. I'm going too philosophical, too deep today. I wanted just to talk about a freaking effects loop, and we're talking about how to transcend our mortal plane. What are we talking about, guys? Okay, let's. This is the beauty of the life. You plant something, and then you go through the branches. Okay, let's talk about a little bit about the four cable method of connecting gear, because I hear everywhere, that's the best of both worlds. Yeah, it's the only way to connect everything. The four cable method is the way. Well, and many people they're kind of lost. Okay, four cable method is like, wait a second, I just have one guitar, one pedal, and the amp. How I'm going to connect this with four cables? So we're going to talk about a little bit about that. The four cable method has been around forever. It's not related to multi-effects only. It's not exclusive to multi-effects. Nick Jonas is my favorite lead guitar player. There you go. That's it, the guy that plays with you, the other one that I mentioned earlier, right? Anyway, this is very polarizing. I always try to keep my personal opinions regarding players to my very own, because I'm not very popular with my choices. So Vanja is jumping from behind saying the best food is cevapi. That must be a food from his country, of course. And I'm sure it must be delicious, but I don't have the... Send some, Vanja. It's the only thing I can tell you. Send me some. Send a Tupperware. You can fit in a Tupperware, or it's for drinking, or it's for eating. I see an Ari peace sign sticker. I love how passionate you are and how much you enjoy doing this. That's why I tune in everywhere. Thank you, Richard. I do love to do this. That's true. Classic burgers and fried fish and chips, and there's so many barbecue, ribs, or tacos. We have our friend Jaime that he knows about that. Paul Jackson is the best. There you go, Sari Garcia. I'm just going to keep reading your comments, guys. Well, four cable method. Let's do it, baby. And to show you that to prove you that it's been around for a long time, I'm going to show you a graphic that is ancient. Actually, this was drawn in animal skin and was found in some caves in Middle East. And when they opened those caves, they found this. Yes. There was a time where you had these blocks and you can play guitar with them. Now, this is a very, very old graphic, but I want to show you something outside Ampero, outside Hotone. So, because we're talking about gear here, I don't want to be a fanboy, and always talk about the same thing. So we're going to use some Roland/Boss examples, right? With a katana that it looks like it's a favorite amp of many, so I choose this on purpose to be popular. Nah, it's just was the amp that was there. So let's talk about the cable. I like this graphic because first it doesn't show a multi-effect, so you can understand the concept first, how it was born, and then when we understand this, we will move into multi-effects for cable method. So the first cable, of course, that is in red here, goes from your guitar to the first line of pedals. Remember that we talked that the places where you can put pedals or effects are before your preamp, before your EQ, distortion, reverb, etc., or after it, and before your power amp. Imagine, again, you have two stages. You have the signal coming from your guitar, it hits your preamp, there is a space there where the effects loop lives, and then your power amp is after that, and then your speaker. Okay? So, here, these three pedals, in this case, has an overdrive, an octave, and a tuner. These three pedals go in what is called the front of the amp, or you will hear that. I'm talking to the people that doesn't know this. Okay, if you're a teacher like Shane, you don't need to listen to me just to correct me. No, Shane, you need to listen to me, so you are there to correct me in case I say something stupid. But I'm talking for the guys who doesn't really know about this. So these three pedals go in what is called the front of the amp before hitting the distortion. Let's call it like that so you understand the point. The distortion of the amp I'm talking about. Before hitting the EQ of your amp, before hitting your tone. So that goes in the first, Vanja is sending the thank you, Vanja. I promise I'm going to check it. So guitar, first cable goes to the beginning of that pedal chain, and when you finish those pedals, you have a second cable that needs to go into the input of your amp, the normal input that you have in the front or in the top of your amp. Okay? Until that, there's no mystery, there's no magic, because we all know this. Actually, I played like that for 10 years. Just having that, because my amp didn't even have an effects loop. So there you go. That's a two cable method, right? Now, the other two cables, cable number 3 and cable number 4, are between another group of pedals, usually reverb, delay, and modulation, as a standard. I'm not saying that you have to, but usually you want your reverb, your delay, and your modulation to modify your distorted sound, not your delay to be distorted by the distortion. It could be that it's because it's useful and you can use it too, but I'm saying as a standard thing, as a convention thing, the delay, the reverb, and the any other modulation, chorus, etc. is going to go after your preamp. So the cable 3 and 4 are hooked up between your effects loop, you can see here, the send and return, and another group of pedals. In this case, the ones that are going to affect your tone after your preamp. So how that's happening? The sound is coming from the guitar, it goes through these 3 pedals, right? It gets into your amp using the preamp, and before you can hear it, it goes out from the send here. It goes out the signal before you can hear it. It goes out and comes to this group of pedals, and it gets the chorus, it gets the reverb, and it gets the delay added on top of whatever you have. And from the output of those pedals, it comes back to the return, where once it returns to the amp, it gets amplified by the power amp and out of your speaker. I hope that's clear, because it's as clear as I can explain. Is that correct, Mr. Shane? There are 8 cables on the picture. Where? No. Don't count the black arrows, just the color arrows. Is that a GOC or a Kiesel? I think it's a... It looks like it has like Fishman pickups. I don't know. The second version of this great amp is my first amp. Okay, Shane is approving, and since we have the approval of Shane, we can call this good. Very true. But cables joining pedals that don't get counted. Exactly. Yeah. We're talking about the not the patch cords. We're talking about the big cables. No. It's called 4 cable method because, well, actually, what matters is where the signal changes. The signal goes, the first change, it goes from your guitar into here. Then when it gets modified by these 3 pedals, it's another cable. That's another change. And then it comes out from here. That's another change. And then comes out again and come into the amp. That's another change. That is for 4 stages, we should call it. For the 4 stages. But this is very clear. And a lot of people had trouble understanding this because they see it with a multi-effect. And now I'm going to go to the next to the next text that is going to explain a little bit how that applies to a multi-effect. In the case of, remember we have the first cable that goes from the guitar. Now it's for a multi-effects. The first cable connects to the guitar input of the multi-effects processor, right? Like you doing it now. You have your guitar, it goes into the input of your Ampero or Kemper or whatever else. As long as it has effects loop, you can do 4 cable method. If you don't have effects loop, you're toasted. You're gonna use it. The second cable goes from the multi-effects send. Remember, loop. The effects loop has send and return. The send, the out, into the amplifier's input. So, again, from your guitar to the input, imagine this is a multi-effect, and from the send of the multi-effect into the amplifier's input. Then, from the amplifier's the amplifier also has its own send and return loop. We're talking about that we have 2 pairs of send and return. One is on your multi-effect, one is on your amp, right? So the third cable connects from the amplifier's effect loop send, is another send, to the multi-effects processor return. So from the multi-effects send into the amp input, from the amp send into the return of the multi-effect. Okay, until there it should be pretty clear. And finally, the multi-effects output, the regular output that you use, into the amplifier's return jack to finally be passed through the power amp and amplified and going out to your speaker. Now you say, well, that's great, but how do I separate which effects I want to use before and after the preamp? That's a very good question, but first I need to read some comments from YouTube. Now it makes much more sense. He says, Richard, much more simpler than I thought. That's great. That's the best thing you can tell me right now, Richard, because it's a very hairy subject to talk. It's easier to show than to talk it. So how do you do this without having to Amperos? No. This you need the Ampero 2 with effects loop. Is the only way to do it. Got some bad delay between a video and audio every more than 15 milliseconds. Whoa, sorry. It shouldn't be that bad, hopefully. I try only good playing pool with folks. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Now, I want to show you and recommend you something, because I know many of you probably know the Pedal Guy. The Pedal Guy is a YouTuber, or was. I think he already stopped doing his channel, but in any case, Scott, he creates some great content for Ampero, and at some point he was talking about this. I'm going to share a video with you that is going to be very useful for you to understand this thing. Let me show you. Let me jump because YouTube has the ads and all that BS. I need to skip the ads. Skip ads, blah, 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 blah.
Are out there.
Okay.
At some point, you're going to want to integrate your favorite pedals and effects with that processor. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to do that with the Hotone Ampero 2 Stomp. But before we get to it, take a second, click on that subscribe, Atlantic, delay, and reverb. And on. Okay,
in this case, he's using this X reverb to add some reverb to delay to the Ampero tone, and he's explaining here.
The Ampero 2 Stomp is a lot easier with the app. You might feel differently about it, but it's okay. You can do it from the Ampero, or you can do it right from the app.
What I wanted to show you and talk about is this. In the list of effects, you have the effects loop as a module that you can add here, that you can add to your signal chain. And then, depending on where you place your effects, according to this, the effects loop module is if you're going to be adding, remember that we were talking about this. If you're going to be adding the effects on this area of the 4 cable method or this area, okay? If it's going to be before, this area is before the preamp and this is after the preamp. So the way to do it with Ampero is using, it has 3 actually modules. One is the effects send and the effects return separately. Actually, that's the one that you want to use. So you will put a bunch of effects before that, in between them, and after, and that will change the result of your tone.
I've created an instance of the effects loop here at the end of the signal chain. And as you can see, you have a choice in your type between mono left, mono right, or stereo. To the right of that, you're using the individual send and return as individual modules. Let's check that out. Now here's where it gets interesting. In this patch, what I've done is I've created an instance of the effects loop, as I just showed you a second ago, so we don't need to rehash that one out. But what I've also done is I've created an instance of the effects send by itself and the effects return by itself. So if I go into the effects send, you can see that I've got the same parameters as before: mono left, mono right, stereo, send level, and then another parameter called through level. So I'll tell you what that's about in just a second. But if I turn on that effects send at this point, we're not hearing anything yet. That's because everything that's going through the Ampero up to that point is then going to the Atlantic. So if we want to hear it come back, just go to the effects return, turn that module on, and now we hear it, but it sounds like it's in a washing machine or in the Grand Canyon because it's completely 100% processed by the Atlantic. If we want to introduce some dry signal, go back to the effects send and then use that through level knob and introduce some dry signal.
All right, that's what I wanted to show you because this is a very good explanation, a very good example of how to use the effects loop modules that are coming with Ampero 2. So I'm pasting now this video, this link to this video that Scott made almost a year ago. It's right there, Mr. Shane. And it's a very good example of how to use, for example, to implement the 4, he's not using the 4 cable method, but he will show you how to use those modules, the effect loop modules, that will allow you to take the most advantage of the 4 cable method. So finally, to come back a little bit to this, let's refresh 1 second this guy here. This is the classic before the multi-effects. And then, so again, I want to repeat this. You connect your guitar to the input of the Ampero, for example. Then the second cable goes from the loop send on the side of Ampero 2 to the amplifier's input jack. From the effects loop of Ampero send to the amplifier's input jack. Cable number 3 goes from the amplifier's effects loop send into the Ampero's effects loop return. And finally, the 4th cable goes from the output of your Ampero, the regular output, into the return jack of the effects loop on your amplifier. That's a way to do a 4 cable method with Ampero 2. So the best thing you can do with these guys is to experiment. Then the question is, do I use this, for example, No, I don't use it. Why? Because I don't need it. But that doesn't mean that it's not useful, and that doesn't mean that you may not need it. I think it's very interesting. I do use the effects loop, but more in, let me see, in this way. In this way. Like, sometimes I connect some extra effects here, but I'm not using it for cable method at all. Sometimes, very rarely, to be honest. But sometimes, yes, I use this. But that's just me. That doesn't mean anything. You may use it, and for you may be very useful. You know what's important is what I said at the beginning, to know that this exists. And then to give it a shot at least a couple of times to understand how it works. You may never use it again, but maybe that day that you're recording something, it's like, I remember that when I use it like this or like that, when I connected and pairing this on that way, I have that result, and that's exactly what we're needing for this moment. So it's good to have it in your artillery, right? I'm trying to... Anybody ever use a wah in the effects loop? No, no way. No, because a wah is something that you want. I don't like the wah after the distortion. I like it before the distortion first. And second, I think the wah, for its design, it needs to be connected straight to the instrument. You know. I may be wrong, but give it a try and connect your Ampero 2 to your mother-in-law. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Who's saying that? Let me see. Angel, of course. Yes. Okay, guys. Okay guys, I hope you get the point. I did my best to try to explain to you some of the ways, especially the 4-cable method that everybody was talking about a couple of pods ago. That's the way. I suggest you, if you're really interested, to kind of replay this pod and stop and go step by step when I'm explaining how to connect each cable, because it can get confusing. I understand that, and actually at the very beginning, when I first learned this many years ago, I was confused too. But watch Scott's video in the explanation of how to use the effects loop modules, because those are very important. Okay? You did a fantastic job, thank you. No, I think I did. I'm terrible explaining stuff, but I did my best, that's for sure. Guys, in 30 minutes I'm turning 40 years old. Are you kidding me, Ivan? Ivan! What if you use wah half cook as a modulation sound in the loop? See, there's always a way. It's true. That could be a good one. Also saying, what if you put a wah, like you turn it on and you leave it like halfway there, like that straight style, but as a modulation effect there in the effects loop. That could. We need to try it. Someone try it. Make a video and show it to us. Yeah. Ivan! Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday in advance. Happy birthday to you, hey, congratulations!
Wow, congratulations!
Okay. Ivan, you are 10 years older than me. I wish. Okay, I'm going to give away now another. If you notice this pedal, I'm going to tell you something, guys. I don't know if you know this, but the beta wasn't launched yet. I tell you why. Because to be compatible with Ampero 2, it requires the update that is going to come to Ampero 2. So, if it happens that you get this bill in the giveaway, you are the first human being in the world to get this bill because it hasn't been launched yet. I'm talking about the Ampero Press that we are giving away today, the Ampero Press H. So, what's the advantage of Ampero Press H is that it works with many other units that from other brands that require a high impedance potentiometer for the expression. And the update that make Ampero 2 be able to work with this is going to come very, very soon this week. And then the product is going to be launched. So we're giving away products that they're not even launched. That's insane. That's insane. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, wow. So crazy. Okay. Yeah, the Ampero Press has some difference in the... It's the same case, but inside is different, yeah. And it has a red logo? Yeah, I think it has something... I don't have one, Fabian. Fabian is from Brazil. I said Fide Milano. Fide Milano, no. Fabian is from Brazil, yeah. It's for high impedance. Davey, yeah. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to give away another product that hasn't been launched yet. That's crazy. Yeah, why not? Give me the bunny right now and let's do it. In
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Are you ready? Thank you, Richard, for your company on YouTube. Richard Nagamitsu. You rock, man. Thank you, Richard. You're awesome. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Who's going to be the winner? Dance, buddy, dance. It's Ampero Press Secret Society. Yeah. You guys, you're going to be the first people in the world, literally, to have the Ampero Press H. It doesn't exist anywhere else. Oh my god. Oh my god. M Gear TJ is going to be, oh my god. Davey. It's the door, I know. It's getting closer. You made me laugh, Davey. Come on, man. M Gear TJ, I think he's our friend from Mexico. We have Leonard Stark. Are you the cousin of Tony Stark or not? Let me know, man. I'm in the middle of a suit. Maybe your uncle can help me. M Gear, is he in the house? Because I haven't seen any comment from him. He's a long timer, like many of you, but maybe he's not here. Oh, okay. Leonard is a relative of Tony Stark. Okay, tell him to send me the golden one, please. I need okay, M Gear, I need to start the buster in 3, 2, 1, go! Buster activated. This is going to be... That's a cool surname to have, Leonard. Thank you, Richard Nagamitsu on YouTube. Great topic is saying, Richard. And we are about to burn Mr. M Gear TJ because he's not in the house. Guys, give me some update. M Gear TJ, are you here, brother? You're about to get cooked in the microwave. Fatality. Okay, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holy, that was in the effects loop. It has to go in the effects loop. Jeez. You have 3, MGOTJ. Sorry. Oh my god, we are crazy in this place. This is not happening. Okay, MGOTJ busted. Bye, brother. We need to spin again in
5, 4, 3.
Are you ready?
2, 1.
Let's do it! Yeah! Carrie has a little emoji for busted. I love it. That's the official busted. It was a 4-cable method fart, definitely. It was a fart after you eat lamb and it's not well cooked. That kind of fart. Okay. Who's going to take the newest Hotone product that is Ampero Press H? Who is going to take it? Is Greg Riddle, Sean DeReese, is Diego Ignacio Falcone, Sarin Garcia, Bruno Smith, Leonardo Dantas, all the friends there, one after the other, look. It looks like Sarin Garcia, huh? The bunny of the gun. Fartone! It's not Hotone, it's Fartone! Congratulations, Sarin Garcia!
Wow! Congratulations!
Let me see. If he's still in the house. Was it a what fart? I don't know. Sarin, come on! Don't make me activate the farter again. Sarin, yes! Congratulations!
Wow! Congratulations!
Yes, that's very good.
That was easy.
Now we're talking about. Let's do one just for happiness. Oh! Congratulations, Sarin! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So let's recap. We have Otto, Hanuxala, our friend Phil Milano, our friend Otto Hanuxala, our friend Sarin Garcia. The 3 of them got the Ampero Press H. Like, no, this is not H. Well, like this, and with a stick in the middle. Like this. H. Yeah. And one more, it says, and that was easy. Yeah.
That was easy.
And then, sadly, our friend MGOTJ is a grand friend of the house, and he's been following up always, except today. Got busted and farted by the bunny. Sorry, MGear. That's what happens here. We can't really help it. So, guys, I need to come here. And yes, now it's time to say thank you. Thank you for spending your precious time with this poor bunny. Thank you on YouTube, Mr. Leonardo Dantas and Richard Nagamitsu. You both great guys. Thank all my friends on Facebook. You are amazing. Thank you for coming every week and tuning in. And stand my mishaps, okay? Guys, God bless you all. Take care. Keep playing. From the bottom of my heart, you're the best. Bye.